Okay, here we have our Highflow 260 HD Extreme. Now this is a fully hydraulic cattle handler, and it's got a very different head bale on it, and the word Highflow 260 means high flow, high output, and it's got 260 degrees of access around the animal's head, as opposed to a conventional bale that only has 180. But I will show you the access that it has and the design and the flow of it once we get to the head bale. As I say, it's hydraulically operated, so at the rear we have a hydraulic slide gate. So simply open and close to let the animal in the unit. Once the unit's in the unit, it's reframed in there, and I'll slightly open the head bale, the animal will move forward, and I'll close the head bale around the animal's neck. At that stage the animal's probably playing up a little bit, so I just gently put the squeeze in, and as I said in the previous units, you just park the squeeze beside the animal rather than actually physically squeezing it, just park the sides beside it. So that's just all operated hydraulically, and just move it in. When we let to go the animal go, we open the squeeze, open the head bale, the animal goes out, bring the head bale back to a position, open the slide gate, animal in, at the rear here we have the same sort of vet section. The main difference here is we have a vet safety slot. Now what that is once I move that in behind the animal, if you have a vet doing pregnancy testing, whether that's manually or with a probe, and the vet has his probe in the rectum of the animal, and the animal decides to sit down, which does happen at occasions, he can safely flow down with the animal and pull out rather than being chomped at a full gate section here. So there's just more access here to be able to pull the probe out. Again, we have the split gates on both sides of this unit, so we have a lot of access for farmers and vets, etc. So it's a nice little feature with the double vet gates. This time we actually have a 3-sectional gate, okay? So as you can see, I can leave the anti-backing system in there as a gate, and I can open the top and the bottom, so I have a lot of access at this animal, okay? It's a really nice feature. If you want more access, I can open this one up. So now I have a lot of access for any seizure work or whatever needs to be done. The animal will still be reframed in here with the sway bar. So the animal has had its head locked in the bale and it can't move its body out because of these sway bars. And that's in 2 positions there. For spot inspection work, we have 3 drop gate system. So I can open and close those at any position there. Okay, so the big thing about the Highflow 260 head bale is its design. So these doors are on a taper, so it's like a point of an arrow. Now what these doors, they actually fold back, so they retract back, and as the animal's drawing through the unit, the door follows the animal out, okay? So this is to minimize missing animals. So if you imagine these doors move in the flow of the animals, so they're physically chasing the animal out to catch it in the right position all the time. We've had one of these units in place with a lot of animals, and he was in at the field days here only 2 days ago, and he said they've never missed an animal, and that's really quite impressive. So the tapered thing. So the 260 means I have 260 degrees access around this animal. Now if this was a conventional bale, the bale workings would be here. So when I came to work in here, I'm always up against physically the unit. I can't get in here. So it's a lot harder to work on the animal. With the Highflow 260, I can come right round here and I have a lot more access on the animal. It's just a lot nicer to work as opposed to a conventional bale which would be through here. There's a really nice section here for injecting in the animal's neck. So that's a slot here, a cutaway slot with a door on it that I can safely inject in the animal's neck. And as you can see here with the animal's head here, there's a really perfect positioning for the animal's neck there. On the other side here we have an EID reader. Now this EID reader, as you can see, is in a perfect position. The animal's got to go past, it's got to go past the EID reader because that's where the head bale is. So it's a really great place to have the EID reader rather than down in your racer on the side of the cattle handler. So this will catch a single animal every time with its position. It'll either catch the animal coming through the bale, or if it doesn't catch it then, once you've head baled the animal, it's still's got a big read range around here. So it's really a great feature for reading EID tags.